Gaming Bolt presents 15 best open world games on the PS2. The open world genre has gone through its fair share of changes over the years with massive locations, radiant quests, and ever-rising production values. It's almost easy to forget the good old days when open world titles delivered memorable settings and stories despite the constraints of older hardware. To that end, let's take a trip down memory lane and examine the 15 best open world games on the PlayStation 2. Please note that this list is in random order and is not ranked. Grand Theft Auto 3. The open world genre still existed before Grand Theft Auto 3, but when it came along, Rockstar's magnum opus caused a quantum shift. Never before had we seen a fully 3D open world like this with such nuance, whether it's hijacking ambulances and moonlighting as a driver or engaging in wars with the police. Grand Theft Auto 3 spawned numerous clones, but very few came close to matching its brilliance at the time. Jak 2. Naughty Dog's open world chops were already well established with Jak and Daxter, the precursor legacy. With Jak 2, the developer gave due attention to the story, imbuing Jak with a personality and introducing a darker atmosphere overall. Of course, having a more non-linear approach to the gameplay along with great gunplay and an awesome scale only further cemented its greatness. Mercenaries. As developers raced to mimic Grand Theft Auto's formula for success, Pandemic Studios went in a slightly different direction with Mercenaries. Though featuring a sandbox environment, Mercenaries encouraged all kinds of destruction. Buildings, vehicles, enemies, all of it could be leveled. It was also distinguished by the variety of factions who doled out favor for completing different activities. Though not as large in scope, Mercenaries still had excellent action in a world that was fun to take apart. Spider-Man 2. The gold standard when it comes to Spider-Man games, Spider-Man 2 did nearly everything right. The sheer breadth of open-world activities like crimes and emergencies in progress, along with various story and side missions, was simply amazing at the time. Furthermore, Spider-Man 2's web-swinging mechanics felt natural and offered excellent sense of exploration throughout the massive Manhattan area. Needless to say, Insomniac's upcoming Spider-Man has a lot to live up to. Grand Theft Auto Vice City. Grand Theft Auto Vice City took a slightly different route. The open world of Vice City, with all its checklists and activities, was there, waiting to consume our time. But the tale of Tommy Vercetti, the Miami Vice-tinted atmosphere, and that gorgeous soundtrack introduced a style and panache that remains top-notch. Grand Theft Auto Vice City didn't reinvent the wheel, but it certainly made it a hell of a lot swankier. SCARFACE, The World Is Yours. Though SCARFACE, The World Is Yours wasn't groundbreaking, it did a great job presenting the Grand Theft Auto playstyle in a more serious light. The fun combat system combined with intense story made for a fun experience. It's too bad we never got a sequel. Bully. When Rockstar wasn't creating the next big crime saga, it put out Bully, a surprisingly compelling take on teenage rebellion. The story focused on Jimmy, who'd been sent to the Bulworth Academy to straighten up. Throughout the day, one could explore the academy and nearby town, and dominate the 5 main cliques. Attending classes, partaking in underground fights, and even crafting dangerous explosives all await, backed by Rockstar's sharp writing and humor. Driver Parallel Lines. While it's not a huge improvement over Driver 3, Driver Parallel Lines executed its GTA tropes with decent aplomb. The ability to earn felonies on a per-vehicle basis was interesting, as was the story progressing from the late 70s to 2006. As it stands, if Driver San Francisco isn't available, then you could do worse than Driver Parallel Lines. Incredible Hulk Ultimate Destruction. It's a shame that the Incredible Hulk Ultimate Destruction never got a re-release. Radical Entertainment's open-world slugfest perfectly captured the feeling of sprinting across cityscapes with the Hulk laying waste to everything. Destroying the buildings and vehicles was only part of the fun, but Ultimate Destruction also boasted high production values and solid boss fights. Even if the action got repetitive, the Incredible Hulk Ultimate Destruction is still an underrated open-world superhero title. Need for Speed Most Wanted, 2005. Say what you want, but Need for Speed Most Wanted was a worthy successor to Underground. The ability to free roam is nice, but Most Wanted excels in the sheer amount of interesting stuff to do. Want to compete against 15 blacklist drivers? Undertake 69 challenges that escalate in difficulty? Partake in drag races? Win a blacklist driver's car? Escape the police? It's all here, and heaps of fun to play. Jak 3. With Jak 3 ending Naughty Dog's Jak and Daxter trilogy, it had to do so on a high note. To that end, the sequel had it all: driving, shooting, platforming, a well-told story, great characters, and of course, a large world with tons to explore. The sheer range of gameplay was impressive enough, but the developer deserves praise for packaging it with such a stellar aesthetic. Truly an awesome send-off for the iconic duo. Jak and Daxter, The Lost Frontier? Never heard of it. Test Drive Unlimited. Such was the brilliance of the PS2 era that there were several awesome open-world racing games to enjoy. Test Drive Unlimited is one such game, and while it lacks a number of features from the Xbox 360 version, the ability to free roam, complete challenges, and take in the awesome island setting was hard to resist. The PS2 version also benefited from exclusive content like Master Points, Quick Race Mode for generating random races, exclusive music tracks, and much more. Yakuza 2. Though the first Yakuza was a trailblazer for the franchise, it's Yakuza 2 that truly upped the series' game. A deeper story, improved combat, Japanese audio for Western players, which was a blessing considering the last game's English dub, better boss fights, and a significantly better open world all awaited. Sobering drama and utter ridiculousness exist side by side, making for one of the best Yakuza titles in history. Midnight Club 3. Back when Rockstar still made racing games, Midnight Club 3 was one of the coolest games to play. It mixed a phenomenal soundtrack with high-quality visuals and numerous open-world settings based on San Diego, Atlanta, and Detroit. The sheer range of exotic street racing cars and unique activities like frenzy events made Midnight Club 3 yet another engaging open-world racer in a market filled with them. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. After two open-world epics, how was Grand Theft Auto San Andreas possibly going to surpass expectations? The only way it could, by going bigger. Featuring 3 major locations to explore, a bevy of side missions, and a compelling storyline of epic proportions, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas won several awards for Game of the Year in 2004. While its controls and graphics still faced criticism, Rockstar proved it understood the key to crafting a compelling open world.
And that about does it for this video. If you enjoyed what you watched and want to see more from Gaming Bolt, you can always hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell icon next to it. That way you will never miss any of our videos.